Doing a little spring cleaning down here in the museum. Some viewers and a few of my subscribers has been asking, you know, they want to see more behind the scenes, just me in a everyday routine, or what my routine consists of on a daily basis, you know, for my channel and working for my museum. Somebody wanted to know, a subscriber wanted to know how many days do I work at the museum, because I put out so many videos. I work here at the museum maybe five days out of a week. So about 5 days, sometimes more. It depends on, you know, the need. Put him back over here. So it depends on the need. But a basic day, and you know, the videos look exciting, they look fun. That's the fun part. This is the real work, though. Actually, that's the fun part. Making the videos is easy. This is the day-to-day grind and hard work, and no limelight or spotlight on it. You know, it's nothing flashy or glitzy or glamour about, you know, dusting these boxes. And when you have so many boxes, it becomes quite a chore. So this is my best friend right here. This towel right here, it's like a anti static dust rag. You know, whatever this material is, I would love to be able to tell you what type of material that this is, but for whatever reason, this figure was covered in dust, and now you can see my reflection of my hand waving in this window picture box part here, clear part, plastic part of this box. It clings to the rag, so it gets the dust off. And this is the behind the stuff, you know, that we do here at the museum. I will clean anywhere from 30 to 40 figures a day, checking them. Some are just dusted, others are inspected a little bit more intensely. I'm looking for things for, you know, damage to, you know, to the box. During our spring cleaning process here at the museum, I will intensify the cleaning process, because we're constantly moving and shifting our collection. We're rotating them, better, you know, it's a better word. We're rotating them, constantly rotating them. So if I haven't seen a figure, you know, let's say about 3 or 4 months, you know, it's going to get the full treatment. You know, here's a perfect example. You look behind his shoulder here. This is our Navy Special Ops G.I. Joe. One of the last G.I. Joes that Hasbro put out back in 2011. This rubber band was holding his mic in place, which, this is what I'm saying, I don't know why they have these rubber bands in there. Some of these rubber bands really don't serve a purpose. To me, that this served no purpose. As you can see, the mic is still intact, it's up, it's just not held in place. So, but you know, I'll look and find things like that. Somebody wanted to know did I, or will I, or would I ever open a G.I. Joe if if it had some type of a mold or fungus on it, or it was something was wrong with the figure itself? Yes. I'm an M.I.B. collector first and foremost, but the care, the overall care of these figures, to me, comes first and foremost. This is my F-15E Pilot. I haven't seen this figure in about maybe 5 months, so it's due for an inspection. It's due for some TLC, and once again, a basic inspection of one of our figures starts with me basically checking the figure itself out. You ask, what am I looking for? I am looking for anything that is deteriorating on the figure itself, or the outfit, the material of the outfit, mold, anything that gives me an indication that this figure is under duress. So if it's you're talking about a figure that came out in, I believe this is 1997. Yeah, about 1997. So it's getting up there in years. Fortunately, Hasbro did a fantastic job with the quality of materials that they used on these G.I. Joe figures. So he looks just as good as he did the day I purchased him. It was over 20 years ago. So, he just really required like a dusting. Everything from the inspection of the box. This box is pretty decent. It's back when Kenner was making this. That was 1996. 1996. So that's that's some of the things we're doing around here. A lot of my newer figures, like the Mib'S and things of that nature, they don't require a lot of inspection. They're brand new, so a lot of that is saved for the older figures in my collection. Here's another one of my favorites, my Medal of Honor recipient, Roy P. Benavidez. And we always start, when I take it off the shelf, I just want to look at the box, the coloring. We're inspecting the coloring of the box, any fading to the box, and it looks as good as it did when I bought this back in 2001 from Walmart. So, and then we go in and we do our inspection. Once again, we're looking for any discolorations of the outfit, any type of mold. Some materials are more prone to mold than others, and I know, as all our collectors here at our channel definitely understands that it doesn't matter. The conditions of your collection room or wherever you keep your figures could be at the peak optimum level, and you still would have a figure in your collection that could succumb to some type of breakdown of mildew or mold. It's just, it depends on what the fabrics are made of, how prone they are to, you know, breaking down over a period of time. You're talking about figures that are nearly 20 years old or older. So our Roy P. Benavidez looks fantastic, looks in great shape, and that's a win for us because it's a beautiful figure. He's one of my favorites. You know, he's been in my collection here at the museum for a very long time. So this box, he looks good. So we put him back, and it's I don't have a set agenda of what I go. I randomly will pick a section of the you know, of the museum to check these figures out. As you can see here, look at the dust buildup. Some boxes are more suspect to or prone to dust, but I'm gonna show you the magic of this. And you saw how dirty it was, how this box hasn't moved in a while, a few months. I moved it before, but now super clean. And that's the process. I'll do that, and you know, you're inspecting once again. These figures are made so beautifully, and they're super durable, that keeping them in M.I.B. condition will definitely add, you know, tons of years, you know, to their life cycle, so to speak. You know, if this guy was outside of his box, you know, you couldn't really say that. But when they're kept like this, they're not touched, they're not handled. And I know some collectors, and I get it, guys. I'm on both sides of the fence. I love collecting. So I mean, you know, some collectors gonna say, hey, we like handling the figures. We want to touch the figures and display them and hold them, and I get all that, guys. But as a museum curator, and focusing in on the historical aspect of, you know, when this figure came out, when he was produced, the box, and as you can see, the boxes itself is absolutely gorgeous. This is our U.S. Navy Cellar, our historical edition Life. So this figure is in great shape. He was just a little dusty. I'll put this guy back. It's heavy. So you're just being very, very, very careful here. Everything is done very gently. Look at this guy over here. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a great example. I'm gonna lay him on his side just so we can have a better look. So when they're in that same position for so many months, they're gonna collect dust. And like I said, some boxes are more prone to, you know, catching dust quicker and faster than other boxes. So, but you know, we can fix that right on up. You say, well, what's the big deal with the dust? You don't want too much dust building up, because if it builds up, then you're gonna have to introduce this box or this window part, plastic part, to some form of water. And water is not a good element for M.I.B. collectibles, mint in box, mint on card collectibles. You just don't want to start doing that, because at some point the water is going to start breaking down the box part, because you have to be so perfect and precise if you're going to start adding, you know, liquids to the cleaning process of your collectibles, especially when they're in the box. So I try to never use water in a cleaning process of these figures. This is another beautiful figure. Why would you want to take this? Why would you want to take this figure out of its box? I'm just saying, look how beautifully displayed. And this is our Apollo moon landing G.I. Joe from our historical life edition. This material that his spacesuit is made out of, it becomes discolored. Now, this particular suit didn't do that. I have another G.I. Joe astronaut. I think it's my Buzz Aldrin G.I. Joe. His suit discolored, got a little darker in certain areas. Once again, it's the fabric, the material that these suits were made out of, that whatever Hasbro made these guys out of. This one has really lasted and stood the test of time. I believe I bought this in 2002 from Walmart, and he is you know, he's just an absolutely gorgeous figure. Beautifully made. And this is another, like I said, this is my fun time. I'm down here in my museum. It's quiet. I can get, like I said, reacquainted with a lot of figures I haven't seen in a while. That's what's so cool about the spring cleaning here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I could just reacquaint myself, and it's like being it's like being a kid all over again, and a kid in a candy store, if you will. That's the kind of mentality, or that's the way I feel when I come down here and start this process. Sometimes it takes a little longer because I haven't seen a figure in so long. You know, I can't help but to study it and look at it, and it sends back all the good memories of, you know, when I bought this figure and what I was thinking about, you know, what I was doing. And we just try to check stuff out. I'm picking on things here, trying to figure out what's another one I can look at here. This was a British SAS. This box, for whatever reason, it doesn't catch a lot of dust, but if left unchecked for too long, I'm going to show you an example here. Yeah. See the dust on there? If left unchecked too long, it will pick up dust. My British SAS figure. I bought this at from Toys R Us back in oh my goodness, 1996. 1996. So it's in great shape. It's in great shape. Putting this back down here. Got to be very gentle. Let's get this one. I'll dust it. As you can see, it's pretty dusty. But I don't mind. I really don't mind, because it's dust on there. See, I don't mind. I don't mind caring for these figures. These figures are, and this is gonna sound crazy, and I think true collectors understand when I say this. These collectors are like family to me. They've been in my collection, but they not just in my collection, but they've been a part of my life. For decades. Through the good, the bad, the indifferent. They've really been a part of my life for a long time. And so what do you call something that's been a part of your life for that long? It's a part of the family. So we inspect these guys. We're always inspecting. This is my Medal of Honor recipient, Mitchell Page. I bought this guy back in 1998 from Walmart. Well, you see, what's the cool thing about being able to walk into this? It's always been something so cool about being able to walk into a store, whether it be a toy store or just a chain of stores like Target or Walmart, and find these guys on the shelf, and you didn't have this one in your collection. It's something about the feeling of finding an action figure that you just simply didn't have. And I couldn't tell you that excitement that at the pit of my stomach of seeing this sitting on the toy store shelf, knowing that I didn't have, said, wow, that's a different one. I don't have that. So you get that excitement. There's nothing. There's his Medal of Honor. There's nothing that beats that feeling, and those are the emotions and the good memories that come rushing back, when I'm doing my spring cleaning and I'm looking at some of these figures in my collection. Those are the emotions, those are the feelings, and that's what I think about. And this is just a beautiful figure. This figure came loaded with a ton of stuff. Our spring cleaning, guys. If you're gonna have something that costs this much money, and you've had it for this, this length of time, you want to take care of it. You want to do right by it. And that's just the way we feel here at the museum. Let's move this guy out the way. I'll come back around. I haven't checked these guys out in a while. This is our doughboy. Now he's an excellent example. Let me show you. Excellent example of dust. Excellent example. I'm gonna really get him clean. So, I mean, I haven't moved this figure. I haven't touched this figure. You can see. In so long. So we'll clean him up. He's gonna require a little bit more attention, but for the most part, he's in great shape. We're looking at him. Everything is pretty much still intact. Our World War I doughboy. You know, this is a process. This is about a 3-hour process. I won't keep you guys for 3 hours. I won't do that. This is me. I'll put a pot of coffee on. I'll have some coffee, maybe a snack or something, and then, you know, come back down to the museum, do some more work in the museum. Check out more figures, check the integrity out of the box, you know, see what I'm working with, see what's happening, and then I'll repeat that process, you know, for about the next 3 to 4 hours. So I could be down here on Eastern Standard Time, so from well into, you know, the next day, maybe 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there, 1:30 in the morning. And that's the process. That's what I'm looking for. Like I said, when you have these many figures in your collection, you want to make sure that they're all being taken care of. And like I stated earlier, you know, they're part of the family, so you want to do right by them. Guys, you know the routine. God bless. Thanks for hanging out with us to check out our spring cleaning. So I appreciate our viewers and subscribers that want to see this. There was a lot of them that wanted to see that. So God bless, guys, and keep collecting.